Folks, I'm going to keep this short, simple, and sweet. Man, I think we're really getting it, you know? We're pulling together. Times are tough. Get out there. Vote for your favorite, your very, 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 very favorite plagiarized well, nobody ever cites anything, but, all these little fuzzy grams, we used to call them in middle school. Little fuzzy grams, just put it in somebody's locker. Can't do that nowadays. Oh, no. Can't give gifts at school. Can't bring treats. Can't share. Not sharing is for at home. When you click the share button. What if they had a share button? CHER. And just, it goes into AI mode. Makes everything transgender for you. Because since, her daughter is, well, you can go with that. Anyway, so, I had transparency. Transparents. No, my parents were actually biological. And so am I. I'm very trans, though. Transparent. Everybody just kind of sees right through me, kind of like I see them, What's he looking at? I wish that person would move their head so I can... Well, look at their head. Is that a head? At least I know it's a person, I think. Should ask them what they identify as. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. So usually when I stare at people for a long time, I'm usually just like, hold on, just move. Like you're in the way of the TV, or I want to eavesdrop the photo. I want to bomb the photo next to you, or person taking the photo, or, But anyway, these little fuzzy grams. Yeah. So, I wonder if I can figure out how to edit in. Oh, I could do this. I could write down on a piece of paper, but, and just hold it up. And the word W doesn't contain a W or a U. Prove me wrong. Bleh. How about I prove that you're right? You know what? You are right. You're actually correct in being a retard. Well, the definition of, not what we perceive nowadays is, like, for instance, flame retardant. Boy, doesn't that kind of have a different connotation nowadays? Flame retardant. Would that be the sign language for? Because my grandma always said, feminine guys, that, when they drink, they kind of. A lot of, basically every single European male, mainly, no, not every single European male, but more precisely, definitely the United Kingdom area, under that dome of control. Yeah. Oh yeah, I have Welsh blood from Wales, which is like, this town's broken up into, it's the city of five smells is, and I can detect all those five smells. Nobody has, they just say crunchberry today, but I can tell you where all the zones are at and what you're smelling. I smell what rocks you're cooking. Crackheads. Anyway, so I wonder if there's a boiling process in half the pills you people take. They just like boil shit down. Or is it all done by like some sort of wizardry? Little magic potions and stuff. Anyway, so it reminds me, I gotta take my pills. Yeah. My pills. My inhaler. Yes. I'll take my pills as soon as I get some of this in my bloodstream, because part of my pills isn't even a pill, it's a liquid. Look it up. Constellos. That's the generic term, is all they'll give me. Oh! Do people realize that your generic stuff is... In food, it's the same exact thing as... Like, for instance, usually it's the same exact thing as a name brand next to it, usually. It's just there's certain people programmed a certain way to buy only generic because it's 50 cents cheaper. And then what do? You see that brand and you start noticing that brand. Great value. I think there's a copyright or a registered trademark symbol, so you can't have a great value brand, I don't think. But things can be of great value. What if I just came out with my product? Yo, this great value. Yo, this great value, man. Sounds like a name. A Jewish name. Yodis, more Russian maybe. Yodis great value. But that great value doesn't sound. Yodis great values. It's because, you have like Jews, which I actually have a little bit of German Jewish in me. The ones that are from the area, There's a place near Germany from ancient times that, a certain civilization of people, what do they call themselves? They're from an area, area codes. So I guess if you're from a certain area, which everybody's from some area, but just not Samaria, That'd be Sumerians. Well, where I'm from, we some Aryans. Well, my direct, kind of inbred bloodline goes straight to the area. Kind of the heartland of the mothership, the fatherland, if you will, of the Mother Earth, this little spaceship we're supposedly twirling around on. Or are we stationary and everything's twirling around us? Who knows? Prove me wrong. Or prove me right. Yeah, let's calculate how many humans have ever walked the earth that everybody can agree on. I think probably nobody's going to say, except for me, that nothing before Labor Day 1984 at 5:25 p.m. ever existed. No humans ever existed. I was born. Oh, you wouldn't believe in that, though. I'll believe in that, right? Yeah. But I'm entitled to that, just like you're entitled to your little fuzzy grams that say, that you use the. It's kind of funny how I can just connect every dot to, back to me. My buddy's dad calls me a cul-de-sac because everything comes back around to me. Well, yeah, you too. You too. Me 3. You too. Me 2. Me 3. Yeah. You, like, what's up, you? U2, a cul-de-sac, kind of is yeah. I mean, if you keep going around it, you could go in a circle, but most people are like, fucking, why didn't you put a dead end sign there? And they do a little U-E, pull a U-E, and they go back out. You got no damn reason. You only have a few reasons to be on a cul-de-sac. I didn't shorten this up. I don't even think I got to my point. Oh yeah, the fuzzy grams, you know. Here's mine. Look up Zach de la Rocha. I believe it means Zachariah of the Rocha. I forgot to look that up. Or maybe it's Rocka. Like rock and roll, like the band he's in, Rage Against the Machine. The machine you people all fuel. Well, of course I do too. Right? Well, naturally, you know, because I come from like I said, a direct bloodline who created this very beep boop 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 electricity. Alexa, 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 sexy Alexa, Alexa, sir, hello, open sesame. Not gonna, I don't know, not gonna work here anymore. And I gotta figure out how to do I need to do YouTube or something. Or I don't know how these people get all this. I think they use YouTube Studio. I have that. I think that's music. I don't know. I don't care. I haven't created my own platform yet. Anyway, so got all the stuff for I got Temu stuff in order. Yeah, this is right now a closet. This is my closet. Some people call it a living room. But this is just ground zero of operations. It's a fortified bunker. Actually, seriously. Which I didn't even build most of it. I had, I had discovered that the other little minions, you working class folk. Oh, I used to be one. Heck, now you're all upgraded to digital creator. Congratulations. Yeah. I used to be a digital creator. Yep, that was... Yeah, I no longer identify as one. I had to remove myself from that position, before I digitally created something that the boss would be like, oh, shit. Looks like Milton over there. The guy with the stapler. Yeah. I think we can pin him for having a weapon. Let's plant a stapler on him that acts as a GUN. Wait, I can't type that. I can say gun, though, on Facebook, I think. Should be able to say gun, not get flagged. I don't know, I don't know how. I'd like to work for Google or, whatever in cybersecurity because, first off, I want all idiots, retards, as in people who slow down the progression of, like flame retardant, let's get back to that. Let's just slow down the flame. You're not going to put it out. Hell, you started the fire anyway. Probably by human error accident. While using machines that you say have glitches. Always going to be a glitch. No, it's just you either put a 0 where a 1 should have been, or the program to begin with needs to just be scrapped and rewritten. You know, like an old tape. I mean, you think this stuff all just disappears, right? When you hit delete. What if you forget to hit delete? What if I hit delete right now? What if I already hit delete? This is an AI. Well, you can do it a lot better with Snapchat. So hit me up on Snapchat or whatever it is. I'm going to dabble in that right now. I was going to do a little 15-minute segment because that's still probably too long for your attention span. So I'm just going to take what you want out of that rambling, right? Some people think I'm an asshole. Some people think I'm a genius. Some people think I'm a joker, a smoker, and a afternoon joker who likes to toke tokens. I like to toke tokens. I like to toke tokens from a token white guy. He's the spite guy within the zeitgeist of men and mice. You see, the rat that got out the cage that was developed by the bunny held by Nicolas Cage on that flight. Not the movie with Denzel where they're doing Cocoa Puffs, drinking snuff and stuff. Flip it upside down. Flight. Denzel Washington that he not own the copyright. Pretty soon we're just going to have to say, you know what? Judge, jury, officer, and execution. Oh, and doctor as well. Oh, and Uber driver and Uber Eats deliverer and, you know, the stuff that gives you everything you think you need as a human, especially in America. But I don't know where I was going with that. See, that's what I do is I lose myself because I'm not supposed to tell you. This isn't me. M.E. No, M.E. was some kid back in 93 who used to go sledding down the hill on a piece of wood with skis. With skis? Whiskey with skis. Whiskey with skis. There you go, AI that or ALIT or whatever in your algorithm. You know, Al Gore and I did invent the initiative for the internet. Well, he invented the initiative for the internet, and I believe it was me and Chuck Norris. You know, it's I think Al Gore finally said it. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I don't think they're going to kill me. I don't think they're going to assassinate me. I think I will tell them that I invented the initiative for the internet in 1995. Well, in the 80s, and then, the initiative. So who had the keys to the ignition? The initiation of ignition. Who had that key? Chuck Norris. He fired up the diesel generator powered by biodegradable soybeans. And this is what we do now, actually. We're done with nuclear. We're just taking the old nuke plants like we do around here, Dwayne Arnold. We'll just bring Google in. Got to power that database. Got nice flat land. Kind of eventually they'll have Cedar Rapids domed, and this will be a testing facility. Enjoy the ride, kids. You think I'm crazy? Wait till you look back at this 4 years from now. Precisely April 13th, 2029. Well, that'd be 4 years from now, I guess. Three. I apologize. It was 4 last year. Speaking of soybean oil, I'm not immune to it anymore. I feel like a trans guy. Reverse trans and then retransed into biological, and then biologically retransed back into a trans. It's like if you put glitter in Play-Doh. Well, I call glitter glitter's basically the herpes of the fabric world, the craft world, crafts, arts and crafts. Which actually in Kraft macaroni and cheese, they do have forms of glitter in it. I believe they do have, the cheese-flavored chips, Doritos for sure. The nacho cheese dust has titanium dioxide. That's for color. I'm pretty sure glitter, that's all it's there for, is color. Yeah. And I'm going to go to Snapchat. I think I gotta go TikTok though, don't I? Or I don't know. I don't put TikTok on my phone because, well, now look at you mofos. Now look what you brought in. The damn Russians. The Russians. The white Asians. It ain't right. It ain't right. I think I'll stick to ignoring my ancestors for a little while. you know, the originators of you know, all this. Well, this was created by you know, somebody else's blood from at a hospital. I won't name names. Okay, Mercy fucking Hospital, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, in charge of yeah, the body of, you know, the blood, the wine. Drink it, drink the Kool-Aid, take the pill, ask your doctor. He'll tell you what to do, and then you do it, right? Just like on TV. Why are we the only country, first off, which happens to be the most unhealthy country when you break down every statistical category of what the consensus of the average American is health-wise compared to the rest of the world? All these third world countries you guys bitch and complain about, myself included. Well, they eat a lot, you know, some of it. A lot of it's become Americanized, hence soy in Asia. You know, it's basically the same price as the price of corn in Iowa. Do you know they rotate the crops? I knew that. Yeah. You know why they say they rotate? You know when you're driving, it's like the ultimate experiment. You know, which it's a fact that Cedar Rapids, Iowa, is a epicenter for a testing ground for foods and how we react to it. And well, they won't tell you that. I've come up with that. People like me can connect dots and see where they're going with it and their ultimate little scheme of controlling us. Well, I only say us if I identify with at least the inner circle of, because basically I'm a king of the rats, because I come from the year of the rat in the Chinese zodiac, 1984. Obviously the greatest person to ever exist in the year 1984. From September 3rd, oh shit, you were supposed to look that up yourselves. Labor Day. Now I'm going to say Monday. That very Monday. Start of the week? No. Sunday is. Sunday's the start of the week. It's kind of weird. Not according to Genesis. And I'm not talking Sega Genesis either. See, that's where... Let's get it real, folks. Let's just get down to brass business and tack it up to this. Oh, that's not broke. I got it brand new. I bought it brand new, but it's calibrated because I know that if I don't have that and I want to move around or throw my controller, or I should start developing ideas on how to protect your controller when you throw it at the freaking wall. Because you can't figure out the frickin' level. Why do I have an American Idol Xbox game? Anyway, I'm an Xbox guy. I should probably clean it up. The surface at least, it's all ashes. I just kind of plopped it there because it's close to basically the only thing I can plug that into right now without having to move all this garbage is I don't know. Doesn't Let's see. Do you do the math? I believe that's a 30. You know, there's a screen down there, and that's a laptop monitor down there in front behind the vacuum cleaner that I was using to keep my Asian rug. The dude that I am that has Asian rugs with cigarette burns in it from my soon-to-be sister-in-law. I thank her very much. It was a beautiful rug. Absolute beautiful rug. And she knows I'm sorry, Sing. I've had many offers taking pictures on the ground of all the products and stuff that, the goods I find, everything I sell, one by one. Every little piece of stuff you see here is mostly by weight, $1.69 a pound. And I'm not making that up, folks. Where I shop is by the pound. I got a guy. Oh yeah, this is a pound candle wax. That's just all melted candles. I kind of make a sculpture for my buddy. Shout out goes to Heath. Not the Heath you're thinking, or I'm thinking, or the Heath you might find that's connected through my... But anyway, he got attacked by a dog, so he's in recovery, so I'd like to get this to him. He'll be happy. I haven't seen him in a while, and he's a good man. He's a very smart man. He's very much, I believe, probably, never really asked him, but I'd have to look his last name up, which I will absolutely not give out, because only the names will change, Life's the same. Only the names will change, because I'm wanted. I'm dead or wanted, dead or alive now. This is for sale. $1. Send $1. $1. And I will send you this. Send it to my Cash App. I'm afraid to put it on here because then I might get banned. I might lose my Cash App. Cash App is going to go quick, folks. Get off your programmed venue. Yeah, that's what it is. A venue of people who can't figure out why their credit score is all horrible. Probably because you're using Venmo and PayPal and didn't read the fine print. Be careful what you click for. How many horses does it take to lead you to the epicenter? Did you hear that? Why somebody kickstart a lawnmower, or maybe a moped? Maybe one of the kids has a moped, or maybe one of the Africans brought it over, one of the other third world country type people. That's how they get around, Asia, they call them tuk-tuks. Like, what the tuck? Tuck and roll. How do you tuck and roll out of the tuk-tuk? What a tuk-tuk is basically, I don't know, I saw it in a video game called Tenchu. And it was like the most pointless game. I think it was in publication in the US in the late 90s, I think, or early 2000s when Xbox and PlayStation 2 came out. But yeah, I think it was for those platforms. Tenchu, look it up. But he had a tuk-tuk, little three-wheeled vehicle, much like you see the, I salute you, seniors, senior citizens. Well, and the new senior citizen physically now is like a 50-year-old. Those hard-working, elbow-greasing, I think I'll, get in a hurry, and I think I'll ruin my teeth, which are going to end up costing me $10,000 worth of repair. Well, if they wouldn't have been so brittle from me eating high fructose parasite piss and getting cavities and eating foods that weaken and brushing my teeth that weaken my enamel and eating stuff with copious amounts of citric acid. That's all it is, the acid within GMO plants and whatever US can get real cheap to help preserve their salsas. And you'd be surprised what citric acid is in. It's in stuff that's not even supposed to have citrus fruit in it. I just found out it's, got a little bit of a lemony flavor. And because that's where they extract it from is, or something. I don't know. You guys just need to do the research and get on my level, and then we can start coming up with real ideas and terms, and we don't have to sit here and have people like me going, just saying offensive things and making, bringing the entire thing down because nobody can handle the truth. And I can say that unless I say it like this. You can't handle the truth. A few good men couldn't handle this truth. Jackie, would you like some red rum? How about red whiskey? Baby, that's Van Morrison right there. Listen to Moon Dance. It's a marvelous mind for a moon dance. I think I got that CD actually. I could pop it in and see if I get copyrighted. I don't know. I don't know if I can put this. I think I gotta go live. I don't know if I can put a whole video on Facebook. We're going to find out right now. But anyway, I was going to go fireball. I need a logo generator. And I need to just be able to go boop logo without, all these companies and Facebook's face spaces. Fuck Zuckerberg. Go to Epstein Island and play with all your little toys. And not share with the rest of the children. You flipping creature looking thing. Goddamn reptile. When I say goddamn, he goes, God, I say God damn it all the time. I used to know a guy, and he was a football player for Iowa. A black folk gentleman. Of the black folks. I think I use that out of term because one day somebody told me, it's like, I don't think we're supposed to call them African Americans. Like, actually, no, they would, and this was I was down in East St. Louis, Chicago, and shit like that, and across the border of the state of Iowa, where idiots wander around. But said, yeah, just call them black folks. Okay. What do you say, black folk? Kin folk? That's all, folks. Gotta be careful. Because I like to say you people a lot. Because this is kind of the beginning of, I don't want to give all my secrets away, but I've given enough. I think I'm going to have to accelerate. I'm going to have to push it up here to about next year, 2027. That's when the campaigning starts for the next president. They may call themselves a president or, well, they really like to call themselves commander-in-chief. What's a chief? Chief executive officer, chief this. Chief this, kids. Your inhaler, But, gotta know how to do this stuff off camera. What the heck? There's a triangle there. I didn't even mean to do that. I think. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Just how the light hits it. Kinda. I'm going to say that anytime I see somebody drinking anything that looks clear, it looks like water, I'm going to prove to you that I've tested the water here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. The very elements, down to the molecular structure, are an exact match for the vaccine. Now, is it being put there? Are you people oozing it out of your bodies and we're just taking... Where does all this water go when you spit down the drain and do your, shower and just kind of... Well, it goes here, it goes there, it just kind of goes... We purify it first. That's what Penford, well, now Ingredion. I know a guy that works for there. He's a quality water inspector. Basically reads what the machine tells him to do. So he's got to watch all these machines because I guess we haven't built a machine to bypass the human's job of watching the other machines. Anyway, so he just hits buttons and he knows what the numbers mean, and then he goes, release back into the cedar. So, So so where does the waste go? Oh, if you drive down that area, by the federal courthouse. The fuck do we need a federal courthouse, right? Pretty sure I'll be doing some business there. Oh God, they're going to take this as a threat. Christ. take me out of context. I think I'm going to give out bath bombs. And I'll have a whole bunch of hose with me. You know, garden tools, like a garden hose. You know, I like garden tools, like hose and stuff. You know, back hose, a water hose, if you will. And you know, how about we shower the homeless with, or bathe the homeless? Just get a big bucket, a big, I'll just go to the junkyard and, I'll get a truck, slap on my Minnesota plates. So if they do pull me over, I'll show them my Iowa ID and be like, it's all good, buddy. I'm one of you, wink, wink. I'll be wearing my FBI hat or security hat or my Marion Police Department shirt. And I think I'll just wear my NRA, National Rifle Association hat. Wonder if they'll notice that the flag on it is upside down. No, that means there's one hanging outside my door right now, an American flag that's upside down. Oops, I forgot. Oh, jeepers. I wonder who puts up that flag by the McDonald's in the Mega Saver Mart. Used to be a Come and Go, which they wanted to hire me, and I can't get a hold of anybody there, including the corporate person that called me and get a job. You don't get a job. Yeah. First off, I don't need your fucking lame ass jobs that you created, that you think you need to house yourself and clothe yourself and entertain yourself. Just wait till me and my mom, mainly, but, and my father, my dad, from, we all live in a land, well, Mom lives under the sea, like a little mermaid. But Dad just sits in his den. That's what they used to call it, Call it a man cave now. Well, they got she sheds. Why don't women want women caves? That actually to me brings up a corporation made up of two people, and I'm not going to give any of that away because they are very famous. Not very. They were very famous at one point, but let's just say they're in Hollywood, making a lot of money. And they, here's one thing I learned. If I decided to go to Hollywood, you guys are really going to kick out of this. So it's funded on your dime, because I am on disability, which everybody can get disability, and I can show you how to do it. Just like everybody's exposed to Roundup and Badwater, Camp Lejeune. How about Camp Mount Trashmore in the middle of June? Blow your mind? That's when I tested the waters, if you will. Speaking of waters, I got to call Mike Waters. 105.7 KOKZ. Oh, wait. Nope, it's Saturday. I was thinking it was Friday. Never mind. There's nothing better than call-in radio. I need to get on the radio, but I think they've already found me, and there's no way they're going to allow me to be on the air. Not around here. I think I could in LA. I know Howard Stern thrived in New York for a while. Still does. Bob and Tom get away with a lot of stuff. But, they don't give away their exact location. Oh, you can't see my inhaler. I don't want you guys to have the cure. See what brand it is, Too much demand will raise the cost of my medication. Oh, there's plenty of supply of my medication, but, it's kind of like, the funny thing about Americans in America is like, we demand like all the wrong shit through, everybody says, well, yeah, we should boycott China. I don't know how many hats I have that say American veteran or Army veteran or and then it says made in China. They're just fucking with us. Not my NRA hats, though. American flag, made in America. All of it. Cotton, stitching. Oh. Very little of it's done by hand, though, because we got better things to do. And there's only so many of us. I think there's, there's only so many American native United States of Americaners. See. See, we got to start separating ourselves from the natives, which we call Indians, which are, that I'll flat out say is like retarded. Like that's something an actually mentally challenged person would have to, you would have to have a society full of, pardon my French, but mentally, can't say mentally handicapped. I wouldn't quite so much as say special. What are they calling it now? Mentally special or something? I don't know. Geographically, mentally, I don't think you people fucking know what you're talking about. You just go with whatever you're told. They say jump, you say how high, right? You say back off. Had some kid tell me back off in the bar. I never used to be like this, guys. I used to be just cracking jokes and drinking, and then I got called an asshole. Well, it's like, you know what? I'm going to play the asshole for a while. The nicest asshole you will ever meet. I mean, this stuff away so many movies. Which reminds me, I haven't even checked my eBay. And it's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm here to dig. Just dig. You dig it? Look at this. Property. My buddy's like, it won't sell. Brand new freaking hoodie. All it does is say NBA. It's, it's licensed by the NBA. Made in China. It's what everybody wants. That Chinese fabric. 100% cotton. From the U.S., shipped over to China to have their people work on it. Why don't they just use robots? I know the answer, but I ain't telling you. And your American idols, if you will, your founding, your Mount Trashmore statues of Randy. What was it? Randy Jackson. Sounds like a pitcher or a country singer. Randy Jackson. Definitely not in the Jackson 5, but he was closer to the Jackson 5 than he is something under the name Randy Jackson. Nah, you got Michael is the closest you get to that. But then you got LaToya. You got Tito. You got... Come on, the little sister. Why can't she? She was big once, always been. I don't know where she's at now. She's got to still be alive. Why is she out of the limelight? Is she transparent? I can't think of her name. Maybe that's why. Some sort of Mandela effect or Womandela effect. They'll have that on us, man. I'm already at an hour. I was going to stop 45 minutes ago. I guess we're stopping at an hour. It's too long. Darn it. I wish I had software to shorten it up. But I'm just going to hit share with all. I'm going to have the wherewithal to share with all. Share with all those people. This is tobacco, folks. That's all this is. But, where was I? Anyway, I'm having a big giveaway sale. I'm just going to start taking a picture of random stuff. And if you say you want it and you are my friend or you know how to get a hold of me through Facebook Marketplace or you go through various avenues to basically donate, all donations. So, for instance, I don't have to pay taxes on any sort of business as long as I'm not calling it a business and I'm only accepting donations. I've looked up the laws, the business laws. So, there's no law against helping people and taking donations for it. So, there goes your public transit system, Cedar Rapids. Cedar Trapids, the trap of Cedar Transit Crapids, Cedar Rapids Trans It. That's what they are, an it, right? Because they're a girl, but they're a boy. There's no word for that, so we'll just go with it. Like the, But that just, it's like Bill Clinton. It depends on what the definition of is, in the whole scheme of things. It's your interpretation versus my interpretation compared to how many followers you get, compared to, in conjunction with your history and what I think you are. I just want for once to be in a relationship. I've never had, I'm in a relationship with, God, myself, Mother Nature, everybody around me, some sort of relationship. But when you say I've never been in a relationship, that means, well, for me, I identify man and woman, that kind of helps, secularly progress things, That was a big term back on Fox News. Secular progressives. Conservatives. Fair and balanced. No. Yo, all media is Jewish Democrats, Jewish Democrats. And then you got Alabama, old Hick man, one of my favorite country bands of all time. They were 80s, up-swinging, vibe country is what I call it. Oh, they got serious with some of the stuff, but Alabama has a song. I think it might be Song of the South. Sweet potato pie and a shut my mouth. That's what a lot of you people do, from the left to the right to the up to the down to the left, wrong to the right, wrong. No, it's more like from the what's behind me, what's behind you. I can see what's behind me because I got a camera. But what's behind you right now? As you watch this video, if you got to this point. I know the Russians are watching. And Big Brother. And they're both devising plans to figure out how they're going to silence me without Charlie Kirk and me. Because if that happens, they're scared that I'm gonna one day return to the U.S. I think they're a little bit like, okay, we gotta let this guy keep going because he knows too many people. We can act, oh shit, did you see that? He came up with something we can use. Oh wait, no, they already did that in 1995 and they've continuously been doing it. Let's be honest, folks. I was created in 1948. Well, the idea for me. My parents probably don't know it. Maybe they do. I don't know. They're in on it. You guys are all in on it. I'm in on it. I'm in on myself. I get hard on myself sitting in my easy chair. That's a line from a great song. Probably it's very original, very weird, very awesome, and very much a sellout. Very much a sellout nowadays. But hey, man, screw the fact that he's got to feed his kids if he's got some. But Jack White, White Stripes, Racketeers, whatever. Racket. That's what it is. Fucking another starving artist. Can you do this? Can any of you out there, other than the, fellow, my neighbors, the Mumbambas, Tyreke Mumbamba, Christian Mumbamba, and Johnny Mumbamba. They can go. They got their own little signals. They're like, can't do it lately. Probably because I haven't hydrated myself. Almost drank this poison. This is for cleaning. Ah! At first, it looked like spring water. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, just give me that, yeah. And then I went, wait, no, there's a K. Might as well be 3 Ks. Drinking water. Okay, where are you from? Drinking water? Oh, you're from purified by reverse osmosis. Source or bottle information. Huh. So it's sourced somewhere. Bottled reverse osmosis, which basically just means neither reverse or any sort of osmosis happens in this process. It basically means with the name drinking water and make profit off of it by literally going to the tap water and it doesn't even say filtered. You know what's that? It says purified. You'll soon catch on to how they operate, folks. I was once an addict. Then I went to Passages Malibu. No, I'm not. Deep Sea Premium Saline. Follow your nose. Don't breathe it in. If you do, you got to spit it out. I laugh at you guys using nays and X and shit. It's kind of This is just liquid. It's just liquid, and you have to tip it up at an angle, and you just hold it there. They don't. I taught it myself, but you're supposed to hold it at this angle, and it's supposed to just mist. But I want to get, I just want to get that saline in there, and I know how to. A little thing in the back of your mouth. That you don't notice that you use, but I can use mine to, it's kind of one of those components in my mouth that I can roll my Tourette's, a blessing and a curse. Some of you may think you're bipolar. Some of you may think you have the new disease called tardive dyskinesia, caused by uncontrollable movements and loss of and drooling due to side effects of other medication. Ask your doctor about Trudea, I bet, or something. It's like, what the hell is what's the tardive dyskinesia? Oh, I have it by definition. Well, I don't have it all the time. Because it's kind of like these alcoholics that go, I haven't drank in 47 years. Today I get my 17th gold chip. You know, ugh. But then they started it off with, which I'll get to this point, which is actually true, because we're all alcoholics by definition. Kind of like you're all retards, according to me. And you guys have all turned me into one of you, so therefore I am you. I'm definitely. Oh, and I'm on that spectrum too, the autism spectrum. They're in the retard category, or mentally retarded, or mentally or you know what I'm getting at. How about just, you know, what occurs in modern day nature, you know? God did not create anything but good stuff for man. What was his best creation and final creation before he said, have at it, kids, was woman. Bottom line. Yep. It's our first, well, up until modern day times, not really that modern, probably, when was the first test tube baby? When did they start splicing stem cells and doing all that weird stuff? I don't know. I'm curious to see what you could do with it, right? Nah. I don't know. But it's gonna, make me grow a new limb or something. How about no? Unless you find out properly how to use it and administer it. When I went in for my I wasn't planning on I don't plan on ever going to the doctor. I go to the doctor, yes, but I just get their readings, their interpretation of it, and then I go, okay. So when I ask, my doctor's basically got me on a schedule. He used to be in and out quick because he was just like, ooh, quick money. But I'm like, he knows I'm trying to get max out as much as I can. But he might be directly part of the local here in Cedar Rapids, the local genocide. Part of the little experiment. Mm-hmm. The old vaccination. H8. That's going to be eat your heart out, H1N1. Swine flu, bird flu, Human flu. That's been around since, I don't know, since after there was dinosaur flu, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes you learn from the masters of the enemy. Like my enemy right now is that, is my own enemy. I'm my own enemy. I'm public pretender number 9 or whatever. Look at this broad. That was my girlfriend from a past life. She's definitely smiling. She's ugly though. I met my current. That's a photo of her from when I was like 5. So if I would have met her then, I didn't meet her till I was well into my 30s. Yeah. This might just end up in my phone. I don't know if I can put this on Facebook, but, well, get the fuck out of here. Adios, beaches. I think I'll go to the beach, actually. Because after all, beach, please, is what that bag says. It's a nice little beach bag. So we will just do this. I don't think we need to be wasting electricity. We've got plenty of light from the sun now. I guess it's already almost 9 o'clock. Which means I've been up for 12 hours. So, yeah. But before that, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I slept. Maybe I didn't. I don't care. I'm not on a schedule like a robot. I just it's kind of like when your friends go out to play and you don't like the toys they play with, so you just stay home and play with your own squishies. Mr. Andre 3000. Yeah, play with your own squishy toys. Kids, stay at home. Otherwise, you're gonna end up in a dark room. You're gonna end up in a dark room that has a dark past that's now being lit with the lead. We're getting the lead out, which, by the way, I painted all these walls with. I found a way to obtain lead-based paint to paint. Oh, does that make you ill? No, it doesn't actually. Nope. I mean, if you huff modern day house paint, you are going to get high. You're going to get sick and high. It's all getting high is making you sick, right? Just like when I go to the hospital for bipolar man. Oh, he's sick. He's sick. Oh, poor guy's sick, man. Yeah, we got to pray for Matt. He's in the hospital. He's sick. What's he got? Well, he just drank a bunch of alcohol and got pissed off at you people. Because he knows the fucking answers, and you guys are all literally flame retardant. From a fire that you definitely didn't start, but Billy Joel may or may not have. You know, it's always been burning while that world's been turning. See, cigarettes will kill you. Well, I knew a guy. I believe I've developed a pulmonary embolism. And I know why, because of high fructose corn syrup, sulfites, phosphates. Can't fight fate. You can't soul fate now, can you? Sodium. Sodium chloride. Sodium and potassium. It's what makes the heart tick. Salt. And if you could market enough to extract banana juice without it being some sort of thick, clumpy thing that you've got to make into a meal, got a bunch of fiber in it. Stuff that, you know, just becomes gunk mixed with the high fructose corn syrup and all the soy oil nonsense in your body. Yeah. I don't think you people get it. Just listen to Tupac Changes. I'll come out with a song similar to the structure of that song, which he basically took the piano and most of the beat to a song by, I can't even remember the guy, in the mid 80s to late 80s. Yeah, that song. I see no changes. Is life worth living? Should I myself? You know, play with myself. You know, like, look at this. Huh. I can make a funny face using my thumb. Look at that, I'm Mr. Sideways Nose Guy. Oh, yes you are. Now I'm Mr. Wink Guy. I wink at you with an eye that's permanently winking. Partially. I'm gonna go back to bed. The room's spinning because all the gayness. Sorry, that's a line from Talladega Nights, from the character Ricky Bobby, played by Will Ferrell. He was referring to homosexuality being in the room and make a homosexual man exuding his exuding his pheromones or whatever you want to decipher he means by it, but that's what he said. The room's spinning because I'm happy. That makes me happy. All your little fuzzy grams make me happy, and I don't know, what you wear is so gay, it makes me happy. Like your little fa la 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 la. I'm just playing with myself. I am my own instrument. Yeah, fuck off. You guys are all lame. I'm going to LA with an aching in my heart.